All right, guys, it is the final night of NBA Summer League action. Oh, I know we're all very sad, but the good news is we have the championship game between Sacramento and Boston at 9 Eastern, so let's just hop into our last Summer League slate. Kenny, favorite high-priced DFS play, who's it going to be?
So to pay tribute to Julian, I'll pretend I did no research for this show, and I'll just drag on these answers as I look through the DraftKings. I like Trey Murphy the third, $8,500 for the Pelicans here. This is kind of insane what's happened at Summer League with him. He was priced around $4,000, and now all the way up to $8,500. But I am absolutely paying this price because the way he's played is like a $9,000 player. Coming off a 42 DraftKings fantasy point game. The thing you like about Trey Murphy is this guy has shot the three all Summer League long, and he shot it, pretty well in 2 games. He's bookended his performance with 2 good shooting nights, but he's clearly getting the ball a lot. He's clearly been given the green light to shoot a lot. He's played a lot of minutes, coming off a 30-minute performance or 30-minute game. So yeah, I think I'm ready to fire him up here against the Timberwolves in the Summer League finale. I definitely think that this is, he's been one of the standouts of Summer League, especially on the Pelicans. I think he should end it with a nice night. So I'm paying up for Trey Murphy the third.
Nick, who are you paying up for?
Yeah, I was looking forward to talking with Julian about his Celtics. I mean, looking for banner number 18 tonight with a potential win over the Sacramento Kings. Be watchful of Peyton Pritchard, who's the highest priced player, of course, of the Boston Celtics on this slate. It sounds like he's angling to play in this game. It sounds like the Celtics don't want him to play in this game for precautionary reasons. So make sure you check on his status if you are going to put him in your lineup. I'm going to stick with Alperen Şengün from the Rockets, who's been like the steadiest player in all of Summer League throughout this last week and a half. You're going to have to pay up. He's at 10,100, but 30-plus DraftKings points in all 4 games, 35-plus in 3 of those 4 games. If you want to look elsewhere real quickly, Precious Achiuwa for Toronto, probably a little overqualified to be playing at Summer League. He's at 9,200. Cam Thomas in Brooklyn has been insane these last 3 games. It's pretty much all scoring for Cam Thomas, but if he's giving you like 36 points every single night, that's not necessarily a problem. You can get him at 7,700. And then if you're playing that 2-game early slate on DraftKings, I would check into Paul Reed. I mean, you really can't not at this point. 75 DraftKings points in his last game, 24 points, 20 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, and 4 blocks. I mean, that's one of those Summer League games that you're going to be telling your grandkids about.
Oh, man, can't wait. Favorite DFS value play, Nick, if you had to go on the other side of things?
Yeah, if you're looking in the kind of 5,500 and below range, I would steer towards McKinley Wright, a rookie out of Colorado for Minnesota. Just kind of one of those like quintessential classic college point guards who nobody thinks is going to be good in the NBA, but he's been really steady. He's at 5,200, 20-plus DraftKings points in all 4 of his games. Another rookie, Herb Jones, some call him at 5,000 for New Orleans. He's been really steady. And then another Timberwolf to keep an eye on, Isaiah Miller. This is a guy who's undrafted out of UNC Greensboro, 3-time Southern Conference Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time Conference Player of the Year. He's at 4,900, had 28 DraftKings points in his last game. I have no idea if he's going to make an NBA roster, but just go look up some clips of what Isaiah Miller has done in Summer League so far. Like it's otherworldly, the kind of athleticism and power that he has at his size. I've been really impressed by him.
All right, if you're looking for value, Kenny, where are you going?
Yeah, I was actually going to mention Cam Thomas because, look, $7,700 for the Summer League's top scorer, I believe, is just kind of insane. He's been unbelievable, over 40 DraftKings fantasy points the last 2 nights. So I think you get a lot of savings there at $7,700. But if you're going down, I do like McKinley Wright at $5,200, undrafted free agent out of Colorado. He did a lot of good work there for the Buffaloes, and clearly very excited to be a member of the Timberwolves, where he grew up in Minnesota. If you look at the way he's played in Summer League, the thing I like about him is he has not scored in double digits yet, and he's continued to go over 20 DraftKings fantasy points. Is this guy the highest ceiling player in the world? Probably not, but the way that he's filled up the stat sheet in rebounds, assists, he's gotten you steals as well. He had 5 steals in his first Summer League game, and then 2 per game after that. I think that this guy should easily be able to hit value for you, and you got to get him in your lineup. He's a good all-category performer, and that's what you want around this price. And he's also going to be playing a lot, coming off a 28-minute game. He's played 28 minutes twice already in Summer League. McKinley Wright, go for it.
All right, Kenny, let's talk sportsbook. Your favorite spread or money line bet?
Yeah, look, why are we even bothering betting any of these other games? Okay, let's go right to the title game with the Kings and the Celtics. And you got to take the Celtics -5. I really do believe that. I mean, this is just an unbelievable Summer League team. Clearly, they are not supposed to be, or a lot of these players are not supposed to be in Summer League. Peyton Pritchard was deprived of Summer League last year because they didn't have it. So that's sort of why he's here. And he has been, far and away one of the 5 best players on the floor at all times. So, yeah, I think that the Celtics just have way too many scorers here for the Kings to keep up. It should be a fun game, though, expecting another one out of Lewis King. But, yeah, give me the Celtics -5. Again, my Julian Edlow tribute here. I also don't mind just playing them on the money line because I really do think that this team is just, their roster is way more talented.
Nick, what's your favorite spread or money line bet?
Yeah, I like kind of riding with the Edlow boost here on Boston, especially if Peyton Pritchard plays. Sacramento is going to be without its starting center, Chimezie Metu, who punched a guy in the last game and has been suspended. So as far as Summer League absences go, that's kind of a big deal. I also like Toronto -3 over Brooklyn. Kenny and I and most of the basketball world has been fawning over Cam Thomas, but Brooklyn doesn't have a whole lot outside of Cam Thomas. We've seen Scotty Barnes play some really good defense on some really good scorers so far in Summer League. So I think if Scotty Barnes, is able to slow down Cam Thomas, I think that could be a relatively comfortable victory for Toronto.
All right, how about your favorite game total, Nick?
Man, I would be lying if I said I had a ton of confidence in any of these, but Lakers-Warriors under 170.5. The Warriors, played an overtime game yesterday. They're turning around, playing again. And they're at, they only scored 80 points in that game that went into overtime. The Lakers have been under 80 points in a couple of their games so far. And as you get to the end of Summer League, you might have some situations where, key players are starting to sit out games. Teams have seen what they need to see. So it wouldn't be surprising if, we see some late scratches. Moses Moody already missed the Warriors last game with what sounds like a very minor injury. So that's something to keep an eye on that could impact these totals.
All right, where are you going, Kenny?
I am going to go with the over in the Rockets-Portland Trailblazers game, 169.5. Look, this Rockets defense has been really bad all Summer League long. They've given up a lot of points. Their offense has trailed behind in all but one of the games where they scored 111 points. But when you look at both rosters, Sengun, we've talked about in this segment, is a great talent. Anthony Lamb has emerged off the bench. You have Jalen Green here as well. You have Michael Beasley on the floor for Portland. I just think that there's a lot of scoring that's going to be done here. Not a lot of defense is going to be played. 169.5, a little too low for my liking. Again, one of the lower totals on the slate, and I think that easily, with the way that the Rockets have played defense, this should hit.
All right, Kenny, your final Summer League slate-approved pick. Favorite DFS or sportsbook play? Where are you going?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Anthony Lamb at $6,000. This is a guy that I love. I fell in love with him when he played at UVM. He definitely deserves a spot in the NBA. And we saw what happened last time out against Orlando. He was just $5,200, and he hit 5 threes. Anytime you're taking 11 threes, you're clearly a favorite of the coaching staff. And whether or not he has the approval to shoot 11 threes in Summer League, we've talked about it. This is the type of guy I like to target, a guy who's just going to chuck shots. I think Anthony Lamb, feeling it now, coming off that 36 fantasy point game, I think that in a game where I think there's going to be a lot of scoring, he should easily go for 30, 35 plus. And that should make you pretty happy if you paid $6,000 for him. So I think this is a guy on the ascendancy. You get him a nice performance to end Summer League, and you put some money in your pocket along the way.
Nick, slate approved.
I'm going to go back to the guy that Kenny mentioned right away at the top. Trey Murphy is my pick. 8,500. He has 43, 32, 27, and 43 DraftKings points in his first 4 games in Vegas, respectively. And like Kenny said, great three-point shooter. That was kind of the thing that he was built for coming out of Virginia with the number 17 pick, but he's rebounded really well in Las Vegas. He had a game with 7 assists earlier last week. He's been blocking shots. He has 2 games, I should say, with 3 steals. So it's not just shooting for Trey Murphy. If he has an off game from 3, he can still give you some value.